Continue in your introspection as Reverend Jason has brought you in with the selected reading and the prayer. And Coco has invited you into the inner recesses of your own soul, where you begin to be able to observe your interior awareness. As we know, basic metaphysics lets us know that your interiority and the thought forms and the beliefs, the perceptions, the points of view, the positionalities, outpicture themselves as your experience, quickly or slowly. Ultimately, that which is within you becomes your without. So as you are moving inward in meditation, you're not seeking to escape from the external world. You're seeking to escape from your limited paradigm, your limited point of view. It appears as though most people live in boxes of perception, and they learn how to survive and cope and maintain within that limited perception. They can even become skillful in survival within that limited perception. But when you begin to wake up and you begin to consciously say to yourself, you know, I'm on a spiritual journey of awakening. I'm seeking to wake up to my real nature and my real being. You no longer are a part of the sheeple that simply want to live within a particular paradigm and survive in it. You're looking to always be on the edge of discovery of more of who you are. So then what begins to happen is that your external world begins to reflect your internal freedom, your deep sense of well-being. You begin to be more and more comfortable with not knowing, more and more comfortable in the realm of the unknown. Within the known paradigm, there's limited possibilities. Within the unknown paradigm, there's infinite possibilities. Outside of your present point of view, there's so much in this infinite cosmic life that we're seeking to explore, we're seeking to discover, and coming to an awareness that through our spiritual practice, we begin to activate the potential within us. It's good to have some working knowledge or a theory or a belief that you have infinite potential, but it's better when you have a level of practice that activates the potential. So that month after month, year after year, as we measure time, even though it's a mental construct, you are becoming more of yourself. And you begin to come under the law of grace as you're moving through the dynamic of the world of time and space, but you're not eking out your existence from the realm of time and space. The total givingness of the Spirit, grace, as Reverend Deidre Hansel, as we were celebrating her life yesterday, loved to say, you come under the law of grace, the total givingness of the Spirit, not by your mental might nor power, as it states scripturally, but by the grace of God, by the total givingness of the Spirit and your availability, receptivity, and the activation of your potential through insight and revelation through your spiritual practice, of which the art and science of meditation allows you to escape your limited paradigm. And so the three words that are deadly to those on the path are, I know that already. Deadly words. Those are words of the egoic perception that keeps you locked into the known. I know that already. I've heard that already. When you're on the edge of discovery, you're living every day new. You'll never say, I know that already. I've heard that already. You live with a childlike nature, a beginner's mind. So every time you hear a sacred truth, you're available to the newness and the absolute nuance of that teaching that takes you into deeper levels of your own being. So you begin to supervise the thoughts that move through your awareness. So when you hear your mind saying, I know that already, you supervise that. You bring it into order. Say, oh no, I'm like a child. Every day is new. I remember facilitating a meditation retreat, and we were obviously meditating within the sanctuary of that particular place, and then I set the retreatants free to explore, to go on little hikes and discover nature and things of that particular nature. And there was one man who had been at this location many times. He lived near the location, so everything was very, very familiar to him, the trees, the foliage, the trails, etc. So when he came back, he was so enthusiastic, and he just had to share. And he shared that as he finished his sitting meditation and began to do his walking meditation, he saw a tree that he had seen many, many, many times before, but suddenly he had seen it for the very first time. He saw this living, vibrant being, glowing and beaming with such life and such beauty, and it appeared to him that he had never seen this tree before. He began to realize that as he was daily walking by this tree, his mind would say, tree. Now, the tree doesn't call itself tree. The tree's a being. But he was, in his mind, that's a tree. And he just saw it the same way every day. A tree, tree, tree. But in this art and science of meditation, as he began to enter into more of his childlike nature, not childish, but childlike, beginner's mind, he actually saw the tree. He saw the life essence moving through the tree. He saw the glow. He saw the livingness. It was all new to him. And so that part of him that would say, tree, the part of him that would say, I've seen this already, the part of him that would say, oh, I know this already, had dissolved. And it opened him up to great possibilities of the oozingness, if that's a word, it is now, the oozingness of life. Life oozing itself everywhere. Just notice, as you move through life, how often you might say to yourself, I've seen this already. I've driven down this street already. I've seen this tree already. I've seen this person already. Now that's very interesting, because every being that you know is changing moment by moment by moment. The psychology is changing based on experiences. Their spiritual depth is changing based on insight and revelation through spiritual practice. So you never see the same person over and over and over again. You only see your concept and your belief about that person based on past experience. But if you enter into childlike nature, you begin to escape from your limited paradigm. Life becomes new again. Behold, I make all things new. That's what it states scripturally. Behold, I make all things new. Imagine for a moment what it would be like if you woke up every single day on an adventure of the newness of life. Not just how you're going to eke out your existence through your limiting paradigm, but, oh my God, I can't wait to discover the grace notes, the song of the universe, the rapture of living. You'd be open to great possibilities, something new. That's the miracle zone. A miracle is an instant demonstration of the truth that's already happening, but is obscured by limited perception. You enter into the miracle zone. Shock, awe, surprise about the goodness of life. I'm not saying it's easy, because for most people their mind has been conditioned by pseudo-education, media, things of that particular nature, so the mind has been conditioned into a limited point of view. But as you begin to meditate, your mind starts to become unconditioned by time and space. It becomes more pliable, available to the insights of the eternal. God, love, beauty, joy, abundance, harmonizing prosperity, scintillating miraculous. What a way to live life. You begin just putting a smile on your face, saying, oh my God, what would it be like if I was available to the miraculous every day? How would I live my life? If I absolutely came into an awareness that life is for me and there's nothing against me, how would I feel? Let's enter into our practice now. Back straight, erect, but not rigid. Hands facing upward today, thumb and forefinger touching as a sign of receptivity and a transcendence of the limited point of view. Place your tongue at the roof of your mouth very lightly so that connection of that prana energy flows and makes contact. Your eyes are turned up just a tad, not stressful, towards the space between the eyebrows. And you establish yourself as an intentional being. You're not operating from an intention deficit disorder. You are intentionally sitting to wake up to your glorious nature and to the glorious nature of life in which you are living, moving, and having your being. You're an emanation of divine life. You're intending to wake up. Your attention is aware of your intention. Your supervisory skills over the mindset is increasing. And the sacred breath that's happening presently with your awareness of it allows you to be present. You're aware that you can hear without ears. Your entire being is poised to hear the eternal broadcast of let there be life, let there be light, let there be beauty, intelligence, order, and harmony everywhere. So from the center of all creation, the holy broadcast is announcing itself. And where is the center? The center is everywhere. Where is the circumference? The circumference is nowhere. You are at the center. And this is your very first time with beginner's mind, childlike nature, opening yourself up to awakening to your glorious nature. Be still and know. Be still, silent, and continue to enter into your sacred fortress of solitude. You're at the center of the cosmos, the center of the heart mind of the infinite. The pure intention to wake up to your glorious and eternal nature. Behold, I make all things new. Feel that life is for you right now. Feel divinely supported. Just give you permission to feel it as we enter into a state of prayer with full-on gratitude welling up from the depth of our own being for simply existing, simply being alive. We're so grateful for every breath that the body temple is taking. We're so grateful for every beating of the heart. We're so grateful for all of the internal systems that are going on that we are not consciously involved in. Digestion of food, the assimilation of minerals and nutrients into the bloodstream, the elimination of toxins, the building of new bone and sinew and skin. All of this is occurring and we're not consciously involved in it. There is something happening subconsciously. And so when we hear the statement, be like the lilies of the field, spin and toil not, and not have one anxious thought about the future, we turn our entire life over into that dynamic. So not only are the internal organs of the body temple operating without our conscious manipulation, we're turning our entire life over into this dynamic of life. Divine wholeness, harmonizing prosperity, abundance, joy, ecstasy, bliss, safety, well-being, security. Like the lilies of the field, we spin and toil not, and not have one anxious thought about anything. And allow all of life to take over our entire existence. Life is for us and there's nothing against us. So in this dynamic sense of gratitude and thanksgiving, we recognize this divine presence everywhere. We feel so at one with it that we can say, I am what thou art, and thou art what I am. And that the very word that is being spoken is the dynamic law of the universe, saying, let there be light and love, abundance and beauty and joy and safety and well-being and transformational knowledge and wisdom and guidance flowing through us today and always. And anything that would hinder this, Oh, it is nothing, no thing, trying to become something with limited perception, but it has no power here because we've expanded our perception and our point of view to wholeness, wellness, and well-being. Therefore, something within us is saying, something wonderful is happening. We yield to this feeling that something wonderful is happening, and we allow it to be so, now and unto forevermore. Why is everything working together for our good? Universe, answer that question. We give thanks for this and allow it to be so, now and forever. And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much for participating in the Way of Meditation service right here at the Agape International Spiritual Center. And so many of you tune into this particular service to start, and I found out recently many of you start and end your day with it on our YouTube channel. And so that's a beautiful practice. Today, or I should say in this moment, provides you the possibility to support your spiritual center, otherwise known as Agape International. You can do so in a number of ways. At this precise moment, you can take out your mobile device and you can point the camera in the direction of the QR code that's now on the screen. That's the Venmo technology. Point your camera in that direction, it'll take you right into the domain of the Agape International Spiritual Center. There you have the opportunity to choose how much you want to give in support of your community, and you can do that right now. Do so unconditionally, the same way that life has unconditionally trusted you with all of it. You now can circulate and unconditionally give without any agenda whatsoever other than to be supportive. Venmo code right now. If you desire to text your giving, you can text the word give to 424-321-6243. It'll take you right into the domain of Agape. There you can choose the amount. You can write the word cover after that amount, which means you're covering the expense of that technology, which is approximately less than 3% of your giving. If you would like to mail in your donation, you may do so. Make your checks and money orders out to Agape International. Send it to Agape International at 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. Put USA on the envelope if you're outside of the United States, of which so many of you are. And it'll arrive right on time, and it would be so appreciated. If you'd like to go directly to our website, go to agapelive.com. You'll see the donation banner on the screen. Navigate yourself to it. Choose the amount you're going to give today. And as you're checking out, check in to your inner prosperity and give freely. So many of you are now signing up or re-signing up for our auto tithe program, and we're so appreciative of that because it assists with the budgeting. It makes it a lot easier when the board can see exactly what might be coming in on a regular basis. So you can go to agapelive.com, you can sign up for the auto tithe program and give freely on a regular basis. I'll be right back. Reverend Julie Moret is coming forward to highlight some of the wonderful things in our community.
Welcome. We've got a couple highlighted announcements for you today. You can visit agapelive.com for more information and to find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times listed are Pacific Time. Take Back Your Mind podcast is back. And with a soulful new rhythm, you can hear Rev's inspiring guest interviews or solo shows on Wednesdays and Fridays. Catch our new Life Question of the Week, now featuring 2 questions plus meditation. This Wednesday, Reverend Michael's deep dive into the real meaning of true prosperity. Hint, it's got nothing to do with money. And on Friday's Life Question of the Week, how to let go of spiritual FOMO and what happens when spiritual teachers preach oneness yet appear to spread division instead. Watch or listen to Take Back Your Mind and the Life Question of the Week with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Agape family and friends, help us spread the vibration of love, peace, and transformation far and wide each week. Agape's Sunday services are streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, bringing inspiration, music, and a message of oneness to the world. And here's how you can help. First of all, watch live or on the replay. Then, like or share the service with your friends, family, and community. Invite others to join the global Agape movement of unconditional love. Together, we amplify the message of lighting up the world. And you can tune in at agapelive.com or on YouTube at Agape International Spiritual Center. Agape Community's sacred service opportunities are immediately available in Agape's development department. If you have fund development experience, strong administrative skills, and experience with CRM platforms, Constant Contact, and Excel, we would love to hear from you. To learn more about this volunteer opportunity and apply, you can email joneal@agapelive.com, joneal@agapelive.com. One from the Heart's Crisis Support Clinic is not in session tomorrow, but it will resume next Monday, September 7th, and we would love to see you then. This Tuesday, Laughter Yoga meets on Zoom at 6 p.m., facilitated by Agape practitioner Martin Weech. On our website, you can click the banner to register. No experience is necessary. You just got to be able to laugh. And Freedom Path Ministry Zooms this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Release any sense of addiction, old beliefs, or attachments. Agape practitioner Thelma Chichester is our speaker. You can go to our website and click on the Freedom Path banner at the top of the page for more information and to register. This is a gift to the community, so anybody is welcome. And finally for today, Reverend Michael and his partners at NutriRise are enthusiastic to share a groundbreaking development from AdaptoZen, introducing Elevate Plus, organic fermented mushrooms, their latest innovation designed to elevate your mind, body, and spirit to new heights. This product is based on the mushroom supplements Rev takes for the immune system, brain function, gut health, and they were created as a transformative step forward in your holistic wellness. You can visit NutriRise.com, choose AdaptoZen, and pick up your superfood greens at the same time to elevate your health. So many ways to keep growing and transforming. Pick what's yours and dive in. Many blessings to you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Julie. You've heard the announcements. Go to agapelive.com and follow up on all the other things that are going on in the community. As we turn within in this moment, we're giving thanks for the overflow consciousness that's moving through our collective awareness during this moment of offering, tithing, gifting, donation. We're entering into the greatest nation of the world, which is donation, the living to give, the living to give. We bless the offering, we bless the spiritual community, we bless all of the ministries, the programs, the projects, the staff, the equipment, the necessary equipment that's coming forward, the up-leveling of our website, and other ways by which we get to communicate the truth of our being. We give thanks that all of our needs are met in consciousness right now. And we allow it to be so, and so it is. Amen. So thank you so much for tuning in. As you rise up where you are, as you take a stand, wherever you are in the globe, you just stand up, and as you're standing up, you're taking a stand for peace, which is the dynamic of harmonizing good. You're taking a stand for love, unconditional love. You're taking a stand for beauty and intelligence as we hear this beginning of this song, which is called I Forgive Me, written by myself and Tim McAfee Lewis, which speaks to breaking down the walls of perception of separation by totally forgiving ourselves and totally forgiving anyone else that may have consciously or unconsciously hurt us. Listen. We're leaving the past behind us right now.
I see anew.
We begin to see for real anew.
I'm ready for my change.
We're ready for a great change, a great transformation.
I'm ready.
We don't live in the same old limited paradigm, limited point of view, limited perception. We forgive everything. We forgive ourselves for limited perceptions
everything
that led to limited conversations and limited actions. We forgive everyone else,
I surrender.
for if they knew better, they would have done better.
I surrender.
We surrender our entire life
I'm ready.
to the more good than we can even imagine. For this we give something. We give thanks that all the power and all the presence is now gushing through us, anchoring heaven on earth with every breath, every step, and every word. For this we give thanks and allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. Peace and radical blessings. Perhaps we'll see you at the 8:30 meditation, 9 o'clock service, or the 11 a.m. meditation, 11:30 service Pacific time. Yes, you can come in person. Come on up to Agape. Peace and blessings.
My change.